Good evening, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A very warm welcome to the meeting number 71 of the Gabbys International Club. I am Toastmaster Sudhir, your sergeant at arms for today's meeting. Our club's mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication skill and leadership, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. As a sergeant at arms, I must highlight some key points for today's meeting. Number one, the meeting is blocked for 2 hours, and we urge you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit out of it. Two, your video should be on and your audio should be off. Audio should be on only when you are called or need to talk. Regarding topics related to sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not restrict speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmasters clubs, we request everyone to be mindfully responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. We urge you to be cognizant that we are, as a club, practice diversity and inclusion in letter and spirit. Hence, ensuring that there is no sexist, racist, or any other undertone that creates hostility and discomfort for the meeting, for the members, or the guests. Now, let me call upon the presiding officer for today's meeting. Today's presiding officer is Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Jaspreet Kaur is a posh and Bosco trainer who helps build inclusive workspace. She is also a communication and workplace skill coach. She is a CBSE English faculty who has helped more than 2,000 students ace the board examinations. So please help me with the welcoming presiding officer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sudhir Gaur. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Sudhir to start the meeting right at time, to open the meeting room for all of us to join well in advance, and setting the ground rules in order for everybody over here. So thank you very much, Sudhir, for doing that. And with this, I declare meeting number 71 of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club to order. I welcome all of you amongst us, guests, Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters. It's always great to have a houseful room over here when we are putting in so many efforts. So we love having people around to be a part of all that is going to happen now in the next 2 hours. Now, first of all, I would like to welcome two recent Toastmasters who've joined the Gabbys family. One is Toastmaster Dev Kambli and the other is Toastmaster Anil Kumar. So I welcome them with a big round of applause in absentia. I don't think they are here today with us, but then welcome them in absentia. Hope that they have a great journey with all of us at the Gabbys family. Now, before we go ahead further, we have many people in the room today, many guests over here. So I would like to interact with some of them for a quick 30 seconds. So Rishi Tripathi, you've just now joined. Could you just tell us about yourself in a quick 30 seconds? Are you a Toastmaster? Are you a guest?
Hello. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes, yes.
So actually I'm a guest. I'm new to this one.
Pardon?
Ma'am, actually I'm new guest, ma'am.
Okay, you are a guest. So how did you
Yes,
come
ma'am.
to know about this?
I have come to know about from my friend, ma'am. She was a postmaster.
All right. So any particular expectation that you brought while joining this meeting today?
This my expectation too is I can learn some good communication skill and explore and express my thoughts and more.
So you are at the right
I can
place.
communicate well.
You are at the right
want to
place. Stay
improve
with
it.
us till the end. I would want to take your feedback at the end. Were your
Yes.
expectations met and did you get something more beyond what you had expected? So
Yes.
that would be a gift for us that you can give us while going back, and we would love to have you again in our next meeting as well. Now
I'm
we
looking forward
have
to that.
Rachna Bhamare, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Could you please tell us about yourself in a quick 30 seconds, Rachna?
Am I audible?
Yes, perfectly.
Yes, I'm Rachna Bhamare. Uh, yeah, I wanted to join this Toastmaster since long back, but recently I got it through the Google. When I was searching, I was looking for this Toastmaster, which is the correct place to express ourselves, and also I just want to learn. I mean, how to socialize, how to get socialized, and then also how to communicate with with everybody. And if we are I mean, whenever we are meeting to a new person or new members, how to get, I mean, how to communicate with them, and how to get socialized. So for that
Perfect.
I just joined this Toastmaster.
All right. So Rachna, you said you asked Google. What did Google tell you?
um, Actually, I was looking for this Toastmaster, um, but the location and all,
No, so what answer
I
did you
want,
get from Google that you should join Toastmasters?
yeah.
All right, all right. So this is good. 2025 has been a very blessed year for us because after every couple of meetings, we have guests joining and saying that they searched on Google and Google said either join Toastmasters, and at times ChatGPT gave them the name of Gabbys Toastmasters. So this is one great thing that has been happening. And Rachna, again today, after a couple of meetings, we have somebody who's telling the same thing to us. So great to have you over here, Rachna. And again, I hope that your expectations are fulfilled. Who else should I take?
thank you so much, ma'am.
Most welcome. Yes, Arjun. Arjun Iswaramurthy. I hope I am pronouncing the name correctly, Arjun. Could you tell us something about yourself? Okay, if Arjun is not there, then we can call Arul.
Hello.
Yes,
Audible?
Arjun is there. Yes, Arjun. Could you tell us something about yourself?
Sorry, I have some network issues today.
Not a problem.
But I'm just a guest Toastmaster. I'm currently the Vice President Education of Residence Toastmasters Club. And I found out about this meeting through Abraham Sir. So I wanted to take a look at his educational session because I think it would be quite informative. And yeah, it's nice to be in another club today.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining. And there are many more guests in the room today, and we would like to interact with them during the meeting and even towards the end of the meeting as well. So please stay connected. Now, we have certain people who are guests who are not Toastmasters. So for their benefit, I would just like to quickly tell that this is a Toastmasters meeting. So this is actually the right place where you can sharpen, enhance your communication skills, your public speaking, your leadership, even the team spirit thing we get to learn over here. And this is something, this space has been created by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, and it's already 100 years old. It started in 1924 and today we are in 2025. So already tested, tried, and many people have taken benefit of this. And I'm sure day in and day out, more people will keep on joining and take as much benefit as is possible. Now we at Gabbys, we have created that happy place, an extension of that, a happy place where we do a lot of hand holding, a lot of mentoring of people. And again, without any shackles, without any inhibitions, without any judgment, people speak their heart out. We evaluate, we do not judge. We mentor people. We tell them this is a recommendation, this is a commendation. And we tell this with the hope, the expectation that all of us are a work in progress because we have to keep evolving day in and day out. So that is the thought with which we go ahead. And yes, Gabbys is one family of 3 clubs and we meet thrice every week. And one more thing, Now, this Saturday, 3 of our members are going to represent Gabbys at the division level in their respective contests. So, Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, Distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta, and Toastmaster Mavi Chand. So, all the very best to all 3 of them. May they put their best foot forward and get the trophies back home, is what we all expect from them. But yes, may they put their best foot forward is what we want from them. Now, Thursdays, special day for us. Why? Because we have an educational speaker there with us. But I will not steal that thunder. I will let the right person do the right thing. And the right person for that is the Toastmaster of the day, that is Toastmaster Prasang Mani. Now, Toastmaster Prasang completed his engineering in 2021 from NIT Allahabad. Since July 2021, he has been working as a software engineer at Radices. His hobbies are, now there's a huge variety there, playing badminton, chess, going to the gym, reading, and watching television series. So that's a great combination, Prasang. Over to you. Please take the meeting further ahead from here.
Yeah, thank you, Presiding Officer Jaspreet. Round of applause for our PO Jaspreet for doing the job excellently. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guest. Our theme today is book reading, a habit that is simple, powerful, and surprisingly rare. According to a recent global study, about 1 in 4 adults don't read a single book in the past year. Yet, research also shows that just 6 minutes of daily reading can reduce the stress by up to 68%. That is more effective than listening to music or going for a walk. And here is something else. The average CEO reads about 50 books a year, not because they have more time, but because they make time to keep learning. We'll talk about the theme, our interesting theme later in the meeting more. For now, let's move to the first section of the meeting. Before I move to the first section, let me introduce the structure of the meeting. A regular Toastmaster meeting has a 3 section. The first section is the prepared speech. Then we have a table topic section, followed by education section, followed by a evaluation. But today meeting is a special meeting, so we have only 2 sections. The first we will have a education session, and then we will have a table topic session. So now the time is to introduce the timer. So the today timer is Sravan Kumar. The Sravan, an experienced IT professional, specializes in regulatory compliance and IT system governance, driving efficiency and compliance in the life science industry. Beyond work, he is passionate about vinyasa, yoga, self-healing, and music, and is currently pursuing a master in yoga with a keen interest in humor and animal behavioral psychology. Sravan Kumar, can you introduce your role?
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasang Mani. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. Can
Yes.
somebody confirm? Okay, thank you. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. But today we don't have formal speeches. I will time only the educational session and the table topics. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denotes the specific time remaining. For example, I hope are visible to you all, just pin me. So here I'm going to change my cards. If for every 1.5 minutes, initially it will be green card for 1 minute for table topics. And after 1.5 minutes, it will be yellow card. After 2 minutes, it will be red card, and 30 seconds of grace period will be there. So this is the timer cards. And by default, I will be in blue colored content background. And for the education session today, we have 30 minutes. Sorry, just a moment. For education session, we have 30 minutes. I will show the green card, and 35 minutes I will show the yellow card, and at 40 minutes it will be red card. So this is my timer guidelines for today. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prasang Mani, and I will submit my report when called upon.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmasters Sravan Kumar, for introducing your role. Now let's move ahead in the meeting. So today meeting we have an amazing, interesting education session, and for that we have amazing speaker John Bosco, who is going to guide us how we can make the best use of Pathway program. Let me introduce the speaker, the education session speaker, John Bosco. He is a counselor, trainer, mentor, guide, and retired senior manager from him. A Toastmaster for 27 years, has led 3 different clubs as president, a total of 7 terms, has had an excellent track record as an extraordinary Toastmaster, recognized as the Toastmaster of the Year twice, had held various posts at the club and district levels, and also at international levels. First District Governor of District 82, first Region Advisor of Region 13, and is the immediate past president of We Speak Toastmaster Club. For him, people are good. Circumstances make them different. Let's welcome Speaker John Bosco with a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Prasang. Am I audible to all of you? I'm sure I am visible, but
Yes,
many of you are not visible to me. I do not know if you're really in the meeting. I do not know if you're listening to what's happening, and I do not know whether you're actually there. So my humble request to all of you in the meeting is I love to speak to an audience, not to blank screens. And in a hall, normally the front rows will be kept empty. So the way I start my presentation would be, my dear empty chairs, ladies and gentlemen sitting behind them. Should I start with my dear empty screens and those of you who I can see this evening? I request all of you to kindly switch on your cameras, because when I speak, I would love to see how you react. If you feel bored, I have to change. If you're excited, I have to accept it. And that is something which every speaker needs. So to all of you who are there, you may be in the office, you may be at home, you may be with a house coat or even a vest at home. It doesn't matter. Please switch on your cameras and be with us, with all Toastmasters here who are keen to learn. Like your Toastmaster of the day just introduced me, he spoke about me being in Toastmasters for a very long time. Well, this is my 28th year in Toastmasters. I have seen the educational program of Toastmasters change to the 3rd time. So when I look at the educational program that exists today from what that existed earlier, I see a tremendous change. Maybe somebody would call it progress, but I have my opinions on that. So today, when I have to speak on the pathways, I take myself back 6-7 years when pathways was first introduced. when there is anything new introduced, there is an aversion to it, there is a resistance to it, and there is a dislike to it. It happened to me too, because I was so well versed with the education system that prevailed then. Sadly, this was compounded with the fact that whoever made a presentation on pathways did not make it in such a way that I could understand what it is all about, let alone the new Toastmaster, let alone those who are not very well versed with Toastmastering. So I took a little pain. I dug into the whole program, and then I realized that there is something in it for all of us. Somebody said, and that was Mr. Balraj, the past international president, when this pathways was being introduced, perhaps it was during his time that this was all happening. He said, this program is as good as Harvard's program. Incidentally, I had gone through 13 modules of the Harvard's Management program. So keeping that in my mind, I was looking at pathways and I saw a lot of similarities. My dear friends, it is with this base that I make a presentation to you today about what pathways is all about, how it can transform somebody. So to start with, there are values and competencies. Let's first touch on the values, because the core values of Toastmasters is something that we should always keep talking about. Is there anybody here who could share with us what are the core values? Yes, Toastmaster Mita.
Respect, integrity, service, and excellence.
Excellent. So it's a synonym, RISE, very easy to understand. Integrity in Toastmasters means upholding the highest standards of ethics in all aspects of Toastmasters. Respect is fostering the highest standards of ethics and integrity. Service is providing opportunities for members to develop and practice, not only develop, but also practice leadership and communication skills and to serve others. And striving for excellence, fellow Toastmasters, in all aspects of this program. So if we are looking at that rise in Toastmasters, we need to look at how a person can reach that excellent level which he or she is looking for. Now, going back to basics, we look at the core values I have said. Now, what are the core competencies? One moment, please. The room is getting cold. Okay. So what are the core competencies that Toastmasters offer? Does anybody know, please? So should I bring it up? Every path in pathways focuses on one or more of the competencies that are available. The first one being public speaking, which all of us perhaps are here for. The second one is interpersonal communication. Now, public speaking means me speaking to so many, like me speaking to all of you. Interpersonal communication would be me speaking to one of you or one of you speaking to me. The third core competency, fellow Toastmasters, is strategic leadership, which we already saw the core values offering us. The fourth is management, and the fifth is confidence. All these things go together. So when we look at Toastmastering and we talk about the core values, what is the path you have taken? What are the core values your path is giving you must be understood by you. So it is very necessary that you know which core value is offered in your path. You may be following the dynamic leadership, the engaging in humor, the motivational strategies, whatever. But each of these paths have one, two, or more of the core values. And when we speak about these core values, fellow Toastmasters, this is what transforms us. When I do not know what are the core values that I can derive from this path, then what am I looking for is a question one should be asking. Sadly, the leaders, when I say leaders, I'm talking about the area directors, the division directors, and the district officers, do not speak of these things when they address at various forums. They talk about so many other things. They don't talk about these core important things because it is given us, stepmotherly treatment. And I believe this is of paramount interest for all of us. So let's look at the key benefits. Let's look at how this pathway is supporting you, in which area it is supporting you. Then I'll come to the various levels and how each level is different from the other and what each level offers us. So the key benefits, the first one, fellow Toastmasters, is personalized learning. It is tailored to approach learning, allowing members to focus on specific skills they want to develop. So it is allowing you to choose what skill you want. There is no hard and fast rule that you must take this path and follow that, learn something from there. You decide what you want. And the learning is not one big, bowl of, fruits. It is a, fruit by fruit, relishing each and every fruit. That means it is project-based learning. It's not given together. It is on a project level. Every project has a learning, and the members need to align on that project which develops that particular skill you are looking for. The third is skill development. What are the skills? There are certain skills that we call as transferable skills, technical skills. We are developing our oral skills. So there are so many skills that one needs to develop if one needs to grow in an organization where we are either running or working in. There is a lot of flexibility in Toastmasters. There is no hard and fast rule that every month you should finish a project or every year you should finish a path. That is left to the individual. And I think that's the best learning process that we have, at my own pace, at my own free will. Of course, we have the VPE who keeps on, pumping into us. When are you taking your project? When are you finishing your projects? The VP's job is that, but still I decide what I want. So you must understand that these personalized learning, the project-based learning, the skill development, and the flexibility is to our advantage. It is to our need that it was designed. Now, how many of you remember that we had 11 parts which has been now reduced to 5? Yeah, all of us remember that. So let's see what are these paths. Anybody here has taken dynamic leadership? Yeah, we have Arjun. Otherwise, I don't see anybody's hands. Yeah. Arjun, can you tell me what is the focus of dynamic leadership?
I have only finished the first level, but it's just about teaching you the competency of leadership and management.
Okay, excellent. It is talking about leadership skill, strategic planning, and team management. These are the three very important areas that this particular path offers. Now, if you're looking at effective coaching, anybody here has taken effective coaching? Those whose screens are blank, I don't know. You can switch on your mic at least and answer. Okay, so let me continue because I don't get an answer from them. Effective coaching develops coaching skills, helping to learn how to support and guide others. My dear friends, in whatever level you are working, you always have somebody below you, you always have somebody above you. And those below you will respect you if you are able to give them inputs. And that skill which you need as a coach, very, very important, because the respect that you get from those people is something immense. So effective coaching means me being able to take up people from a different level. If you're an entrepreneur, then you need to develop your people. And when you give them coaching, when you help them learn and do better, the respect for you and their contribution to your organization would be much, much higher. Now, innovative planning is one of those paths which talks about strategic planning and problem solving skills. Now, they say, you got to get to the root of the problem. So how do you get to the root of the problem? What is it that you will do? Maybe a fishbone diagram will tell you what are the causes and effects. How do you handle that? Is something which innovative planning helps in taking you to a different level. Presentation mastery is another path where presentation and public skills. Now, this is something which all Toastmasters need to have, and most of us have taken that. Presentation is something that many people can't do, and we are one upon people who can't do it. In any organization, you will find that one very important person who is the master of ceremonies for every event, who is the host for every event. More often than not, he or she is the Toastmaster because they have the ability. So strategic relationship focuses on building and maintaining professional relationships. Now, what is this professional relationships? You are in an organization, say you are in the HR. So you have the HR body of Bangalore, of India. You have HR professionals across the country, across the world coming together. If you are a secretary, you have the Secretaries Association, and they are all in the same type of work that you do. And if you are able to focus on building a relationship with people in that particular field, you are well known and people will come to you for anything and everything. So these paths, my dear friends, give you this type of learning. Now, when we talk about the various levels, when we come to level 1, level 2, level 3, for those of you who don't know, pathways have 5 levels. Each level has a set number of projects, and each project focuses on something. The first level is what we call mastering the fundamentals. Have you met a Toastmaster who has finished a path, finished 2 paths, or perhaps even a DTM or Distinguished Toastmaster, and you felt this person, distinguished Toastmaster, I don't see this person at that level because the way he or she speaks, there is no energy in that person when he or she speaks. The fundamentals, my dear friends, is something that we have to master. It talks about mastering the fundamentals. I must be able to speak. I must be able to write a speech, and that too with a purpose. Every time I'm preparing a speech, I need to script it. That writing skills of mine starts getting better and better. And as I write, I learn to introduce sentences, words, phrases, alliterations, metaphors, everything into my speech. My writing becomes good. This writing, when you are at an official job or at an official meeting where you have to present something, you're typing something, this skill that you learned here helps you. I do not know if many of you have understood the learning, which is wonderful. So the basic mastering of fundamentals is something that we have to work on very seriously, because the next levels that we go are focusing on something else. But the basic learning on communication is something that has to be looked at very seriously. My humble suggestion to all evaluators for the level 1 speeches is to be a little bit more tough on the speaker. Otherwise, they will feel that I have done a good job and they will continue, never wanting to improve themselves. The second part, level 2, is something about learning what I am. Do you really know what you are? What is your leadership style? What is your communication style? And what is the type of mentoring that you accept or are able to give? How many of you are mentors here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have very few mentors. The challenge is to have good mentors, and very few are there. Okay. Now, when I say, what is it that Toastmasters offer you? My dear friends, you would have gone through that project of understanding your leadership style. Can somebody throw light? What are the different leadership styles that we have? Altruistic, democratic. Remember something? Yes? Now, there is a questionnaire there, you're supposed to answer it, and it tells you what style of leadership you have. Now, my question to you is, what have you learned by that? I'm talking only on leadership. What have we learned in that? And now I'm open for answers. So far, the last 20 minutes I spoke. Now I'm asking questions. What is it that we learn about leadership style? I'm sure many of you have finished level 2.
There are different types of leadership in one person only. Depend on.
Sorry, Sanjay Jain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you speak a little loudly, please?
Means, one person may have different type of leadership.
Okay.
Depends on situation. He may be
Okay.
sometimes servant leadership, sometimes authoritative, sometimes democratic. Depends on the
Yes.
circumstances.
Yes. Okay. So you know your leadership style, right? You will get to know what is your leadership style. Is that it, Sanjay?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So once you know your dominant leadership style, are you happy with that, my dear friends?
We can change, means when we come to know, we can change our leadership style and adapt to the situation which is best fit to it. Yeah.
Okay, you use the word can. We can change. I will change that word to we must change.
Yes, I agree with you.
So, my dear friends, this one path of one project of leadership style, it talks about different leadership style, and each style of leadership can be used under different circumstances. Not all styles of leadership can be used in all situations. That is the hidden learning for you. How do I handle this situation? Which style of leadership should I use for this particular situation? That is the hidden learning which most Toastmasters don't realize. You talk to the ordinary Toastmaster, he will say, I am a dominant leader. I am an altruistic leader. But he or she should understand, if that is your dominant style and you're not able to adapt the other styles of leadership, you have not gained from doing this project. This is what I am talking about. We talk about leadership style. When you talk about communication style, there are different styles of communication. Which style of communication I have to use under which circumstance is the learning. I have done my project, but am I learning? Am I using the learning of Toastmasters in all that I'm doing? Am I making some sense here? Is there something hidden? Okay, let's go to the third level. The third level is talking about increasing your knowledge. Third level talks about only choosing 2 projects. Very easy, right? Very, very simple. 2 electives. You have 7, 8, maybe 10 projects that are available for you. You choose 2. Okay. Now let's see one of them. Okay. If you look at dynamic leadership, fellow Toastmasters, increasing your knowledge, only 2 projects out of 8 or 10, 12 of them are there. The third level projects is the most important learning in Toastmasters. My VPE at my club is grumbling at me saying, sir, you are not even progressing beyond level 3. Why? I said, no, my dear, my focus is on level 3 because in my path, there are 8 projects. I have finished 2 all right, but there are 6 more projects which have got so much of learning in them. I want to go through each of those projects. My dear friends, if you finish 2 out of 8, that means you have only done a part of learning. The remaining learning you let go and went to level 3. The jewels that are hidden in those projects are forgotten, because I'm looking at Triple Crown, I'm looking at DTM, I'm looking at finishing my path. Okay, the focus is to complete something. I have 1 head. Why do I need 3 crowns? I have 1 brain. I want to fill it with a lot of knowledge. The difference lies in how you look at this particular area of learning, increasing your knowledge. Level 3 is increasing your knowledge. Understand, you mastered the basics, then you learned your own styles, now you're increasing your knowledge. How fast do you want to finish your project? Because it is a milestone, but how much do you want to grasp from that level? Because there is a lot of information. When we go to the 4th level, it is talking about building skills. You see, progressive learning is happening. I mastered the fundamentals. I learned my style. I developed my style. I increased my logic, my knowledge, and now I'm building skills. What are the skills that I'm building? Maybe creating a podcast, building a social media presentation, managing online meeting, which all of us are doing in our offices, public relation strategies. There's so many things that are there to build. Now, remember I spoke about transferable skills. They are skills that we develop where we work, and we take those skills, we go to another organization. We take those skills and go to the next level in the organization when we are promoted. Those skills, my dear friends, is what takes you to a different level. My transferable skills took me to a different level, and those skills I developed here. Finally, after all this, you demonstrate your expertise. This is what I said earlier. When you see a distinguished Toastmaster, should that person tell you with his badge or her badge saying, I am a DTM? Or would you listen to that person and say, there goes a DTM? There is a lot of a difference in me exhibiting, the type in or the badge that we have saying so and so Abdul Narayan D'Souza, DTM. It is something which disturbs me. I did my DTM only after 17 years of Toastmastering. I mean, that urge to finish our DTM was not there in those days. We were enjoying our Toastmasters meeting. We were getting, really battered in our evaluation. The evaluator will say with pride, I promote you to the next level, next project. Nowadays, you cannot stop a person. I gave a fantastic speech on total quality management over 20 years ago. That was in 2000. My evaluator tore me apart, saying this speech is not for this audience. But everybody said it is a fantastic learning from you. Know your audience is something that was pushed into my head. Well, I had a purpose for that speech because I was facing an interview the next day, and I'm sure that for my cadre change, they're going to ask me on total quality management. I learned this in Toastmasters. Next day, they asked me, do you know what is total quality management? I went on speaking for the next 3.5 minutes. They stopped me. That is the learning in Toastmasters. And during lunch, one of the board members of the interview sitting across me, he asked me, Mr. Abraham, where did you learn to speak? That, my dear friends, is recognition for you. That is the hidden learning. Completing the levels, completing a path, getting a DTM are all superfluous. They're all on the surface. Deep within, what are you? Are you an improved person? Do you have those values? Do you have those skills? Do you have those things which Toastmasters offers to you on a platter? I close with this one very disturbing feeling that there are 3 types of Toastmasters. One who come because they want to seriously learn and improve. The others, second category, are those who come to have fun. And third, they say, I like networking, so I come. Which of these 3 areas do you belong to? Are you there to have fun, which even when you are learning seriously, you can have? Are you there for networking? You can network elsewhere. You don't have to pay $60 every 6 months to network. Are you a Toastmaster who is enjoying the learning and saying, yes, I am getting transformed? From that ugly caterpillar, can you become that beautiful, wonderful butterfly flying in formation? after all the transformation during the pupa stage. And we in Toastmasters are in that pupa stage, in that chrysalis where transformation is happening. The more the butterfly struggles when it comes out, the more stronger it is, the better it can fly. If it doesn't struggle, it can die immediately. So where are you in Toastmasters? What is the learning you have, and what is it that you have achieved so far? Questions that will be pounding on you, and I believe this makes the floor open for questions.
Yes, now the floor is open for the question. This is the time you can come forward and ask a question directly to the speaker.
Was that a statement?
No, I'm just inviting people for the question. Yeah, Arjun, you can ask your question.
Yes, Arjun.
You mentioned in your speech that we should take our time and walk through all the different projects that there are to get out of pathways. But in my club, at least, I have many senior members who are actually there from the days of the Competent Communicator Manual. And once the pathways shift came, they actually didn't take it up at all. How would you suggest that I approach them and try and get them to start delivering project speeches just from pathways?
You are the president of your club, the VPE of your club.
I'm the VP Education.
You're the VP Education. Handling senior Toastmasters, past presidents, very, very difficult. Okay? They have already horns grown. When their horns are very hard, but they are not sharp. Okay? What you can go and tell them is, you are a senior Toastmaster, you are an accomplished Toastmaster. Put a high pedestal for those people and tell them, why don't you take one of the projects in level 3? You are so good. There are so many projects which none of us have heard. Can you take it up? Coax that person, make him feel nice, and allow him to speak. Okay, that is the only way you can do it. But on the flip side, my dear Arjun, when you are looking at yourself as a Toastmaster, follow this. You tell your club members, I'm on level 3, there are 8 projects, I would like to learn everything there. The purpose of your project and the purpose of your speech are two different things. Please understand that. The purpose of the project is to learn. The purpose of the speech is to share something about what you learned. It is that learning which is different. The earlier manuals were different. Yeah, that is one. I would love to speak about the earlier manuals sometimes if I get an opportunity. Maybe Yogita, if you feel that I should speak about the earlier manuals, I would love to share with you what exactly they were and how different they are to what we have today. Maybe that will give you an idea. Okay, it's not going to help you in any way, but I have all the 15. I have all the 15 advanced manuals with me. Every manual is with me. Speaking to inform, storytelling. I mean, you look at anything, special occasion speeches, specialty speeches, speaking to a difficult audience, anything I have with me. The learning I had in the earlier education program has made a lot of a difference for me. And I believe pathways can make a lot of a difference for you. So you push people, but are you showing by example in your club? That is something you should look at. Yes, Arjun, thank you. I hope I answered your question. Everybody is silent. I thought, I'm going to get 25, 30 questions. They're going to be bombarded on me. This is what Yogita gave me. Our club is a very good club. They're going to ask a lot of questions. Yes, Yogita.
Yeah, the club is good, but I think the education session went so smooth that the queries have been cleared. But I do have a question for you.
Yes, that's what I want.
So if you could just help me with a tip for someone who feels stuck or overwhelmed in their path. Like I'm in my second pathway, I'm doing motivational strategies, and
Okay.
I'm a bit of disoriented or demotivated. I have not been taking up it very seriously now.
If you know the reason, you can come out of it. When you don't know the reason, it's very difficult to come out of it. Your second path, which level are you on?
Level 3.
Okay, that is the learning. That is the most important level, and that is the learning level. Or amongst the electives that are there, Yogita, what you could do is search for something which you don't have any idea about at all, or your knowledge in that particular area is very, very low. Read that. See, the most important thing in the project is to read it from the first page to the last page, understand it very well. Most people skip reading. They will go to the last page and say, this is how you have to do your speech, and they will start preparing. Read every sentence that is there in the project, understand it. See, what I do, let me share with you. As a mentor, what I do to my mentees is I ask them to read the project, understand it, and come and tell me what they learned in the project. Once they are very sure about that, then I say, okay, now that you know what this is all about, can we think of creating a speech? This is where maybe you will get stuck. How to start creating a speech from this. Don't look at very big things. Look at small, mundane activities. Mother at home, child at home, in the kitchen or in the store, in the cab. There are so many talks you can give. But connecting it to the learning, what the learning says and what your speech should be same. There is something people call it burnout. Oh, I'm getting burnt out in Toastmasters. It's been 27 years. In my 28th year, I'm still craving to learn. Not that I'm going to develop myself to a different level, but what I learn, I'm sharing today. Pathways is not going to change me anymore. I'm 67. I am, at an age where I don't want any learning. I don't need the learning. But every learning I have, I'm giving it to somebody who needs. I get mentees from various clubs. One speech mentoring, two speech mentoring. So if you want one speech, Yogita, I will help you. Maybe I will show you how you strategize your learning. Maybe it can be a little different. I mean, this is what I feel it can be. Okay?
Yeah, maybe you just got the right word. I think I've burned out. So that is the reason maybe I'm lacking in motivation. But nonetheless, I'll follow
I'll
what
tell you
you've
why
suggested.
you're getting burnt out, because you're not getting good evaluations. The evaluation should challenge you. I tell my evaluators, give me the toughest evaluation you can. Find all faults with me. That will motivate me to become better. Everything was good, everything was nice, then what there is for me in it? There is always a scope to improve. Okay?
Okay, thanks,
Thank
noted.
you. Our good friend Sravan Kumar is insisting that it is time. But if you have any questions, you can ask me one or two questions, last questions. Don't think that everybody here knows everything. That's why you're keeping quiet. Why make a fool of myself type of situation? No. All of us are in the learning curve. I have learned so many things later on in life. Okay? Life is too short for you to make mistakes and learn. Learn from others. Anyway, if you have no questions, thank you very much for being with.
We have a question.
Yes, please.
Toastmaster Priya.
Yeah, I have a question. I have recently joined the Toastmasters and I'm still on my first pathway, that is presentation mastery. But when I began, I was a bit confused what pathway I should choose.
Okay.
So just for understanding moving forward, after the first pathway, going into the second pathway, what should be the criteria one should look at? Or, is there some kind of guidance you can give as to how we should go about selecting? Because I've got certain amount of work experience as a marketing professional, and then I moved into academic domain, and then I'm a writer. So initially I was confused what I should pick up in terms of mastering, and I felt that presentation mastery was the one I should start with, so as to develop more confidence and persuasive skills, and connecting with the audience in terms of engaging with the audience. So that's how I chose it. But if there's any other input you can give regarding selecting pathways, it would help.
See, you are in the education field now.
Yes.
Right? So what is it that you can do? One is you can become a good motivator because you're with students. So motivational strategies could be one of them. The other is to be a visionary communicator. Now you're also into writing.
Yes.
And there's something, when you're writing, you think a lot. So you need a lot of vision. Maybe visionary communication could be the other part that can help you. Okay? It all depends on what you are looking for. Once you know what you're looking for, then you will be able. Okay? I hope I'm clear, Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
So on that note, fellow Toastmasters, thank you for your patient listening. It is wonderful to be a part of
one more hand raised, sir. There's one more hand raised.
Yes.
Toastmaster Meeta.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to know regarding the CC, because I was from that batch when CC I joined and CC was there, and suddenly it changed into pathway. So that was the confusion for me during this. Some said you take pathway, some said you choose for CC. So both it was like crashing. So that time I was not able to understand. Later on, I just choose for motivational strategy. So at least little bit we can, whenever you have time, you can guide us about CC, because it was a really good. I've seen that scripts and all that, manuals and all. So I just wanted, whenever you have time, can you take up that little bit session of CC manuals? Yes, that only. Yes, I'd seen that.
Okay. Yes. This is some sort of a Bible for me.
Yes, that's what it's a lot of things in that we get.
There are 10 projects in that, and each one, there are only 10 projects, but I would have given, I think, 16 speeches before I became a CC. That time it was CTM, Competent Toastmaster.
Competent.
Why 16? I repeated most of my projects, more because I wanted to practice. Okay. If you really require me to talk about the old educational system, what is CC, what is advanced communicator, bronze, gold, silver, and gold, I can share it sometime.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much. So on that note, thank you very much for your patient listening, fellow Toastmasters. It's wonderful to be with Toastmasters anywhere in the world. Fortunately, the systems we have today, Zoom has brought us all together in a very, very better way, but it has also reduced or decreased or brought down the quality of our communication. Every time you're presenting your speech, please stand and speak. Don't sit and speak. Project speeches. The tendency is to read your notes. During COVID times, hundreds of Toastmasters became DTMs without even standing once and presenting a speech. It is sad to see them, and when they call themselves DTMs. A distinguished Toastmaster needs to be dedicated first. Only then you become distinguished. On that note, thank you very much. All the best, and looking forward to meeting you again and again.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause to our education section speaker, TTM Bosco. Thank you, TTM John Bosco, for amazing education session. We learned a lot from your session, and we got to know about what we can learn from each pathway, and also we got to learn we got to learn what we can learn from each project level, and I also got to know about the the core competencies and core values. So thank you for that. Now coming back to the theme, the book reading. So I think everybody has a journey when they start reading the book. Like I had a journey when I was in the school. I hated reading books, even in the college. But then somebody gave me advice that if you want to improve your communication skills, then you should start reading books. And that's how I started reading books. I used to read one page a day, and then I fall into love reading books. Let me tell you, I'm reading two novels altogether simultaneously, and those two have the 1,000 pages. I've completed half of them, and they are written by the one of the popular writer, Fyodor Dostoevsky. So I think everybody has a similar journey. So I'd like to know about the book reading journey and what kind of book you love from you. So I have a few questions to ask. Who would like to take this question? You can raise your hand. Okay. Toastmaster Meta. So, the question for you is that, like, if I gave you a day off tomorrow just to read, what kind of book would you pick? Fiction, non-fiction, biography, or comics? You're speaking on mute.
I enjoy reading books of religions. I have a lot of books, as well as I read the books of early childhood and all that student psychology books a lot. So I have that book collections a lot, and even the uh, histories of people who has done the best work, and I learn from them. I take some points, like how they had a struggle in their life and how they reached to the topmost level, from zero to hero. So I love that type of book, so that we can learn a lot of things. What hurdle comes or struggle comes, we can break that and we can overcome and we can reach to that level. So I love to read that type of. Thank you.
Okay, so you love to read a religious book and autobiography of the people. I wanted to read a religious book. I bought it, but I have just kept it in the my wardrobe. I'm just trying to find the right time to read it. Okay, who would like to go next? We can take one more question. I think you can raise your hand. Okay, Rahul Soni.
Yeah.
So, if you read a book, then who is your favorite author, and you would recommend it to anyone?
Author-wise, I don't know who my favorite author is, but the books that I would mainly focus upon particularly would be mainly self-help books. And my journey also started off reading with the book called The Setback is Nothing But a Setback for Comeback by Willie Jolly. And that's how my journey for reading books started. And then it led to The Power of Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I would like the genres that helped me only mainly focus upon the self-improvement and self-development, particularly. And particularly, I don't have any author's name in mind that which book I would like to read. But on a context, on a whole, I would like to read books which are mainly based on self-help books, regardless of the author, because I feel that we are living in a world where we are stuck in ways which we don't know of. But self-help books give you a new perspective and a new way how you can come out of a situation, and probably that can inspire you for a better change. And particularly it depends on how you see or how you perceive it as. And that's how I think, particularly I have no author in mind, because each and every author are unique in their ways. Each and every author have a different story to share. And it would be a bias or injustice, particularly from my end, because I read this book recently called The Rudest Book Ever by Shwetab Gangwar, a YouTuber. And it's all about bitter facts of how you can improve yourself. But that's the truth, because it connects to the truth element that can help you grow in life. And the author-wise, I cannot say which author I would like to follow, but when it comes to the books and the genres, I would mainly focus upon the self-help books or the non-fiction books that are focusing upon focusing upon developing yourself and surviving better. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for your input. And even I like, I started my book reading journey with a self-help book, and I was completely surprised by the book, The Power of Subconscious Mind. When you read it, you get to know that how your mind is wired. Like, it takes years to get wired, and that's how it acts in a certain way. So it was surprising for me. And also, apart from that, I also read the Mountain Is You, the book. It's a very good one. I think we can take one more person. So okay, uh, Sergeant R. Sudhir. Okay.
Yes.
So, you see a lot of movies or TV series are being made on the book, right? So, given a chance, would you like to read the book, or would you like to watch the TV series, which is made on the book?
Difficult question. Fan of both. But any day book. I'll start with the book. And if you say the book, I started my journey, I'm not self-help kind of. Rarely I go. I love to enjoy myself. Once I started, it will be kiddish, but at the age of 24, I started Harry Potter. And I finished those 7 books without a break. I could not able to hold myself. And I watched all the movies, but I feel like only a web series can justify the books.
Yeah. Okay. So, for me, I love watching TV series because there you can see how things are happening. You don't have to do the imagination. While you're reading, you have to do the imagination why things are happening, right? But in case of watching TV series, somebody else is doing. So I like to watch the TV series. Now we'll take the break for the 3 minutes, and we'll come back at 8:15. Everyone to open the camera. Now moving ahead in the meeting, let's move to the next section and one of the interesting section of the Toastmaster meeting, and that is the table topic session, right? And to conduct the table topic session, we have Toastmaster Priya. I would like to introduce the Toastmaster Priya. So Toastmaster Priya Singh is a marketing professional and business management academician with a career spanning over 3 decades in both corporate and academic realms. With a deep passion for creative writing, poetry, and purposeful service, she channels her love for poetic expression through her podcast, Soulful Scrolls. She joined the Gabby Club driven by her desire to enhance her public speaking skills and grow as an influential voice to make a positive difference and to inspire others. Let's welcome Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Prasang, for such a wonderful and beautiful introduction. A very good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and dear guests who have joined us today for this beautiful session. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of us all? I'm sure this line must have taken you back to your childhood days. Do you all recollect which storybook has this line?
Is it Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Fairy tale.
Yes, yes. It is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, one of my favorite books, which I read back then. And it is so amazing to see how this sentence has been used in different ways with different meanings in speeches, in writings, in poetry. I have seen it used in so many numerous ways and in so many beautiful ways. And that is the beauty of reading these different kind of storybooks, which I personally did as I moved from school life into college and then into the corporate world. Stories and books take you apart from the learning journey, the the introspection that it helps us get, it also takes us into a different world which will open so many avenues to us, give us an opportunity to learn so much. Like we are in a different world today at this Gabbys session, where we have come together to learn so much and to have fun at the same time. So without further ado, I welcome you all to the table topic session, which is definitely a challenging one, but at the same time interesting and full of fun, because the table topics session teaches us, or rather helps us to develop our impromptu speaking skills, where we can quickly gather our thoughts on a particular topic and present it within a brief span of 1 to 2 minutes. So this is a wonderful platform where we can give a mini speech in the form of a table topic, having an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. In the table topic sessions, everybody is encouraged to participate based on whoever is willing to participate, whether a member or a guest. I will invite the volunteers who are willing to, by giving them a topic related to the theme on book reading. And whilst there may be many volunteers, I'm sure due to time being of essence, we can only accommodate some volunteers or some participants for the table topic sessions. And as the table topic master, I would use my discretion to invite people. But please remember, and don't be disheartened, if you don't get a chance today, you will definitely get a chance in the subsequent meetings. So please do join us in future sessions, and there's no dearth of opportunities to speak. As already highlighted by the timer, the table topic sessions are, the table topic speakers will be given a time frame of a minimum of 1 minute to speak for a table topic. And after that, the maximum is going to be 2 minutes, at which the red card is shown. However, the speaker will get 30 seconds after the red card to close his speech. So, and each table topic speaker will be evaluated by the table topic evaluator. Today's table topic evaluator is Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. So let's begin without further ado on the theme of books and reading. So can I see some hands raised for attempting the table topic session? I would like to call upon Toastmaster Mahavir if he is there. Toastmaster Mahavir. Toastmaster Mahavir, are you there? Okay, I'll come back to Toastmaster Mahavir. I can't see him. Toastmaster Anand. Toastmaster Anand.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
I'm here. Yeah.
Yes. Your table topic is, if life were a book, what would be its title?
Okay.
If life were a book, what would be its title?
Okay. Yes. If life were a book, what would be the topic? Am I correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes. Definitely. See, the life is going on. The life is not whatever we think, it's not happened. The life is full of compromises, uncertainties, some challenges, of course, the winnings, happiness moment, and lot of nostalgia. So this is the combination of everything that is called as life. The life, when I want to give as a title, the life is full of uncertainties and compromises. This is the topic I can give, because this is my experience. What I thought after completing my my high school and graduation, my intention is to go and join in army, but I have compromised. because of my parental force. I have entered into the pharmacy. I don't know anything about selling, but I finally entered into the selling. Completely, I have compromises. It's right. It is an uncertainty for me, where I feel that whether I will success in this sales profession, this is not my cup of tea. How I am going to uh, uh, I'm going to shine in this sales profession. But finally, I have shined in the sales profession, and I have moved higher the ladder. That right. This is a joy, happiness, right? So whatever we think, what I want to say is that whatever, it will not happen, but that happen only for the good thing, not for the bad thing. Let us think always as a pessimist, optimist, not as a pessimist. Thank you very much. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand, for a wonderful take on the topic. I definitely agree that life is full of uncertainties. We may plan something, but life throws a different ball at us, and we have to change our direction, change our trajectory, depending upon what situation we land up in. So that's a wonderful title you have thought for your book. The next speaker I would like to invite is the guest, Lalita.
Thank you, TM Priya.
Yeah, Lalita, your topic would be, is reading a pleasure, a comfort, or a consolation, or an escape from reality? Is reading a pleasure, a comfort, or an escape from reality?
Thank you, TM Priya, for that wonderful topic. Whenever I open a book, initially there will be initial build-up that has to happen, post which only I get attached to the book. What it is, there is always some curiosity to know more, get more than that. The book has a knack of getting ourselves to internalize with the concept or with the topic, with the message, or with the reasons why such and such character does whatever the character does. That feel always kept me sticking to the book. Sometimes it will be just for the joy of hearing those words, listening to those words. By reading, we are actually able to feel that sounds of words. The feelings come out. So it's completely a pleasure. In turn, I happen to learn. However, I have noticed in my experience, when I'm reading the book, it becomes a pleasure, then I'm sticking to that book. At the end, as a byproduct, I would have got comfort, I would have got a lot of learning, new perspectives, but then it is a pleasure that stands out. Anybody has been able to relate with this? Did you feel like this? Any answers? Any title you want to say? Which book took you so depth into enjoying reading, just for the sake of enjoying the book? You read that book? I think I'm seeing a lot of heads nodding. Surely you will have many. Thank you very much. Thanks for the time, TM Priya.
Thank you so much, Lalita, for giving your perspective that book reading has always been a pleasure to you. I relate to you totally, because that's how I got into book reading as a child. It was totally pleasure. Those fairy tales and Enid Blytons and Nancy Drews just took me on an adventure, and it was sheer pleasure reading them. So thank you very much. I would like to invite Dev Kamli to be the next speaker for table topics. Dev Kamli, your topic is physical books versus e-books. What's your choice? physical books versus ebook, what is your choice?
Yeah, so good evening. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Toastmaster Priya. So I think thanks. This is definitely a nice topic, and I have been reading books since I was a kid. I think the physical book is the most important part. Why? One is it's something which you can go and refer to you. It's also something which you can feel, understand, and take that information inside you. You can assimilate, right? So I think a physical book is always something which stands out. I did try, those apps which you have onto the mobile and try to read it, but somehow I'm not able to make sense because the physical part is also something which is very important because it's visual. Then it's a kinesthetic feeling, I think, which you get when you have the book in hand. Right, you are able to understand, you can read through, you are able to even imagine, which is very important. At least this is my personal experience. I have been reading books and I try to do that at least once in a month. I'm able to, complete some book. But I have seen that it is something which probably I am old, and that might be the reason why I'm not able to appreciate digitalization or digital way of looking at it. I see my son also reads a lot of books, but he has a different take on it. He does everything on the digital platform. So I think everybody has their own styles of learning. We should also be inclusive and appreciative of those approaches. But personally, if you look at me, I am not really a bibliophile, but I do have around 125 books at this point of time. I have, what do you say, collecting for years together now. And I think that is the way to go. It's an art. It's a thing where you can explore yourself in the process and the journey. So I think it's important that you have physical books, and I think that's my perspective and take on it. Yeah, thank you. Back to you, Priya.
Thank you so much, Dev Kamli. I fully agree with you that the fun of reading is so much more. I resonate with that with physical books. Though my daughter is totally into audiobooks and ebooks, I simply connect better with that, thick book in my hand or thin book in my hand, because it just feels, the feel of paper is so amazing. So I'll go to the next one. I see Toastmaster Mahavir is back. Toastmaster Mahavir, can we have you as the next speaker, please?
Yes.
Okay, Toastmaster Mahavir, your question is, your topic is your favorite place to read. Your favorite place to read. Toastmaster Mahavir.
Thank you. My favorite place to read goes back to my hometown. This is one of the oldest libraries in India, which was established in the year 1859. This is the Nilgiri Library. And what takes me there? So I remember as a child, when I was around 10 years old, my dad took life membership there. And he said, if you want to become someone great or learned, you need to read a lot of books. So, but I used to go to the library, not to read books, but run around the open space, see all the history, see the old books, the old paintings which spoke about the town, the Uti town. But that was just attracting me to the library. But then I started going regularly there, reading a lot of books. And another great thing we did there, so that not only made me start reading books, but we also digitized the entire library.
Wow.
So of recent, we digitized the library where 60,000 books. I did my technology stuff, and we digitized all the 60,000 books in a software called Bibliotech. And yes, even I'm still connected with the library, and we reach out. So it's not just one book, not one place to read. Now it's also my favorite place to work there. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mahavir. That was something that I got to learn today, how you could convert your passion into, doing service as well. That's some amazing and a beautiful thing that you have, landed up doing with creating so much for the library that helped you to start your reading journey. Amazing. Can I now request Rahul Soni to be the next speaker? So Rahul, your topic is your favorite quote from a book. Your favorite quote from a book, Rahul.
My favorite quote particularly would be, "A setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback." As for the book, as I mentioned previously in the meeting today, I realized that we all experience failures in life, but sadly, only very few come out of it. And the people who come out of it, they understand that there's a secret behind all of it that says that don't consider a setback to be a failure of life. You can easily come out of it, provided you have a positive mindset. Because our ultimate mission or ultimate purpose in life is to turn the negativity into positivity. And that will be always up and down, because today what is positive will be negative and tomorrow it will again be positive. And that balance of curve will always be there in life, no matter how slow or fast you go, and no matter how slow or fast you pick up. And that is the eye-catching quote for me more than a favorite quote, because personal experiences have always been there for me, where I've had my days of ups, where I've had my days of downs. But that's taught me how to survive in this world better. As the quote also says, that you break yourself to make yourself. You have to go through hell to feel the heaven. And similarly, a setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback. And that quote has really inspired me to change my well-being and wellness for a better growth and for a better life. Coming to share my personal experience, Toastmaster journey has been of something of that sort, because initially having that doubt of communication, today I'm happily able to communicate with a lot of people with different kinds of approaches. And that has taught me practically more to deal with things better. And now I can theoretically explain it through the experiences of reading books in a way that is very unique and that is very subjective in nature. And with this, I would like to say that my college experiences also in my back then in college in Bangalore, I feel the same environment that in this particular Toastmaster forum, where different people are here with different stories. And when we collate together, it becomes one such mega blockbuster hit that's going to inspire each and every one of us to change for better wellness. And to conclude with the quote, I would like to say from my personal end that the ultimate purpose is to convert the negativity into positivity, and don't let the negativity break you twice. Over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you.
That's such an amazing take that you took on the topic, and it's a real inspiring quote that has remained with you, and that's the beauty, when you read books, the quotes always stay back, something that resonates with you, inspires you, takes you, and stays with you lifelong. So I really loved the quote that you said, and I'm sure it's going to stay with me. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul Soni. Timer Sravan Kumar, Toastmaster Sravan Kumar, do we have time for one more speaker, please? Can I take one more speaker?
Yeah, as per agenda, we are on time.
So one more speaker would do, right?
Yes, we can get to it.
Thank you so
At
much.
last.
I'd like to request Toastmaster Meeta to be the next table topic speaker. Great. Toastmaster Meeta, for you, the topic is, which book of your childhood is still dear to you? Which book of your childhood is still dear to you? Toastmaster Meeta.
Storybook, I love a lot. During my time, I had a comics like Nandan, Champak, and I was very close to that Champak. Still, I read Champak whenever I go to any store or anywhere. And the Champak was very beautifully. Though I was in Gujarati, reading in Gujarati, because I was from Gujarati medium. So you used to get Champak and just 25 paise. And that's also my parents never used to get it. They said, you read your study books, school books. Instead of that, why Champak? I used to go to my library and that small school. That time we didn't have such a huge big school. But there, one of my friends, she used to get at home Champak. And I used to get that And keeping in between my books, I used to read the Champak book. And still today, I read that Chotu Motu and that Chacha Chaudhary and all that inside the story. Still, I remember that whenever I see that storybook or comics, I feel that, yes. And then there's a thing, dots used to come and we used to join the dots and create some picture. And then we used to say, wow, so beautifully we have colored. And we all friends used to do one, we will read and we'll share the story in the class. So that was the thing still I remember. And when I sit with my students at school or at home also, I ask them to read the story books a lot. And to be frank, I have nearly more than 500 books at my place as a library for kids and 500 and more books as a religious books at my home. It's still today, and the 1,000 books I gave to some libraries because there was no space in my home. Shifting time, it was a thing. I am very crazy of books. Wherever I see for kids, I'll bring and borrow or keep for students to read and give them and share them. So this is the way where I love books, and the Champak was my best favorite. Still today I remember. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meeta. Yes, Champak, Chacha Chaudhary, those comics are something that are part of my childhood. And I think a lot of the Toastmasters and guests here would relate to those comics and, those beautiful stories, which took us on our journey of reading and gave us so many happy memories. So with that, I would like to bring an end to this wonderful table topic session. I thank all the participants for the engaging stories and all the sharings that we had. Very interesting. And I apologize if some people didn't get a chance today. But as I said, please don't get disheartened. There's no dearth of opportunities. You can always come back and join the next session of Toastmasters and the Gabbys, and you will get another opportunity to speak. So just one small thing, if there's anybody here who has not yet got into book reading, all I'd like to say is that if you don't like to read, it's actually because you've not found the right book yet. Just wait, keep searching, and you'll definitely come across the right book, which will get into the journey of reading. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prasang.
Yeah, thank you, Table Topic Master Priya, for conducting such amazing table topic session. And let's give a round of applause to our table topic master. And with this, now I would like to move to the next session, the evaluation session. So all the table topic speaker will be evaluated by the table topic evaluator. And so to evaluate all the table topic speakers, we have Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Renu Kaushal is a passionate learner from Mohali. In the last 3 decades, she not only pursued a career as a software engineer, but pursued her family as a homemaker as well. Currently, she is pursuing a career in software skills and post training. Let's welcome the table topic evaluator, Renu Kaushal. Yeah.
Thank you, TMOD-Prasang. I hope I'm audible and clear.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Priya, for the wonderful table topic session. It was really very heartwarming,
Can
rather.
you just a minute? Can you bring the mic close to your mouth?
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to congratulate Toastmaster Priya for bringing up such beautiful topics. They were all very heartwarming. I could see all the table topic speakers coming up and speaking their heart out. And to begin with, I will start with Toastmaster Anand. His topic was, if life were a book, what would be its title? Right? So I could see a lot of vocal variety, Toastmaster Anand, that you've shown. A body language was there. But one recommendation that if I would like to give you is that you must just avoid repeating the topic of the table topic that was given to you. Rather, you should pause and collect your thoughts and go about attempting your table topic. Otherwise, it was very well explained. Your table. Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Okay, my next is the guest Lalita. Okay, guest Lalita, your topic was, is reading a pleasure or escape from a reality? Well, I think you were bang on in answering the question that was asked, and your micro expression is that what I loved much. The body language was there. What one recommendation that I have for you is you should have concluded with the question itself, right? And you should have not prolonged it further, and this would have left with a great impact. It was a good attempt, guess Lalita. Okay, now my next speaker is Dev Kamli. Toastmaster Dev, your question was physical books versus the e-books. Well, you were able to completely get to the essence of the questions, and you were like very well onto the thing. You kept on to your opinion that you won't ever prefer physical books. And one recommendations for you is to please maintain eye contact. We understand that while we are thinking, we tend to look up or down somewhere, and but now with practice, we can definitely make that an improvement. Thank you. That was a good attempt. Okay, my next speaker was Toastmaster Mahavir, and his topic was your favorite place to read. Toastmaster Mahavir, you have a great storytelling ability. I should say that you really took us to that library, and so henceforth, I don't have any recommendations for you, but I really enjoyed your table topic. Thank you. My next speaker, Rahul Soni. Rahul Soni, your topic was your favorite quote from a book. Well, you were, as it seems, you were all ready for the topic, as if you knew the topic was coming your way, and you were all ready, and it was really commendable, but that you just gave up that quote, and you were well. Also gave us a reason why you like that quote. You even gave a personal anecdote to support your reason, and you had a good conclusion. It seemed like a small speech in itself. So, applauses for you on that, Rahul Sori. Thank you. It was very, very well attempted. My last speaker was Toastmaster Meeta. Toastmaster Meeta, your topic was, which book of your childhood is still dear to you? I should admit the comic books are also dear to me, as you have. So again, you have an immense great capacity of storytelling and taking us back in times. So, but one recommendation, if I could give you, is to stay by the topic. You were going very fine, but towards the conclusion, we were away from we were moving away from the topic. Okay, that is all from my side for the speakers. And there is one suggestion for the table topic master. I would recommend is that if the table topics should be short and crisp for the speakers to comprehend. And beyond that, it's a beautiful session. Thank you, everyone.
You're on mute.
Sang, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, for the evaluation of the table topic speakers. Coming back to the theme, when I was asking a question, I saw that our timer has raised the hand for the question. So now this is time to give a question to our timer, because timer has done a wonderful job. So yeah. So you should read the novel. Do you read novel? Toastmaster Sravan, do you read novel?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what is your one of your favorite character from the one of the your favorite novel you have read?
I'm not that. I read novels. Most of them are autobiographies. But
But other than I read Fountainhead of Ayn Rand. So in that, she meant is my wait, just a minute.
You're not audible.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. There's a character, architect character that was I really like. Ayn Rand's Fountainhead book.
And why do you like that character?
Because she always in that book she tried to explain how the world will move with the energy of a male. How unless we have a male energy, we cannot build this entire world. So, being a woman, she tried to explain elevate the energy of male, and she tries to explain how beautiful architectures are built across the globe, and how the history has formed, how to channel the male energy. That kind of information she explains in the form of a novel. So I like that character which she explained.
Yeah, good. I do read novel also, and one of my favorite character is from the brother Karamazov, and there's a character Aliosa. I mean, is the kind of the younger son out of the three, and but he is most calm person. And he is the one who deal with all the situation, all the chaos which is happening in his family, and trying to guide everybody, trying to sort out the fight which is happening between the his father and his brothers. So I like that person because he is stepping up and leading, even though he is younger. Okay, I think we had Toastmaster Mamta Jain, and she did not take part in the table topic. So, would you like to take a question, Toastmaster Mamta? Not. Okay. We have Rachna. Rachna, would you like to take a question? Anybody else who has not spoken in the meeting? Okay, seems like everybody has spoken. So, you know, coming back to the theme, or anybody else who would like to go again?
What's the question, Prasang? Can you come up again?
Okay, no, I will give the question.
Okay. I would like to try.
So basically, you have to talk about a book that inspired you and what kind of inspiration you got from that book.
Oh, a book that inspired me. I would like to share it with every one of you. You should definitely read that. It's the bestseller. It's by Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. And that's a story of a shepherd who wants to wander, who dreams of gold in his dreams, and he goes on this journey. He goes on a voyage to search for that gold in real to fulfill his dream, and that's when he experiences real life, and he gets to know the treasure is where he started from, and that believe in your dreams is what I have learned from that novel. Never give up on any of the dream, even if it may sound stupid, it may sound childish or whatever. And alchemist is actually a person who can turn gold by just touching lead or copper. I'm not remembering the exact metal, but an alchemist is a person who can make anything into a gold by practice. So a person who can fulfill his dreams, he has the strongest vision. That's what I learned from that book. So yeah, that is it from my end. I hope that answers.
Yeah, really. I have also not read the book. I had the audiobook, but I liked it. And the journey followed on the desert, right? That I also like. And the twist also. We have DTM John. You want to say something?
I would like to share about a book that I read years ago and it made a lot of a difference for me.
Sure.
It's called Peter's Principle. The author is Peter himself. Peter's Principle says everybody has a level of competence. And at some particular level, that person becomes incompetent, which means there is a level of incompetence. A good supervisor may not become a good manager. A good manager may not become a good director because the competency required for you at that particular level is what took you to become the best in that group. But once you are promoted, the competencies required there are different. So Peter's principle emphasizes that we have a level of incompetence. Unless and until we override that, develop our competencies, we are not going to be effective. This is something I read in the year 1983. And that kept on ringing in me that I have to keep improving or developing my competencies. And it made a whale of a difference in my life. It's a very, very small book, and I would recommend, especially the youngsters, read this book. It can change your life like it did change my life.
Yeah, it's true. Like when you come out of one role and move to a next one, whatever the skill you have acquired, I think that become less. You need to acquire more to become good in that role. With this, I would close the theme. So I'd like to say, by closing, that books are not just pages; they are time machine, mirrors, and mentors. Whether you are reading to escape, learn, or grow, every book has something to offer. I hope today's theme inspired you to pick up a new one or revisit an old favorite book. So please, if this meeting inspired you, please start any books. And with this, I would like to hand over the meeting to PO Jaspreet Kaur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prasang Mani. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Prasang for keeping us engaged till the very end with his wonderful theme. Thank you so much for doing that, Toastmaster Prasang. Now, okay, one thing which is yet to be done, the timer, Toastmaster Sravan. Have all the table topic speakers qualified for the polling?
Yes, Toastmaster, yes, please. All are
Everybody?
qualified. No
All right.
disqualification.
So we can go ahead with the polls for the table topic speakers. Now we have a couple of guests with us and I would want them to share the feedback. And Rahul, I saw you raise your hand and then you dropped it. So anything you want to share, the feedback, anything you want to say?
Actually, no, I've already shared 2 months in today's meeting, though. That's one of the things. But regardless of you asking me the question, and first of all, thank you for noticing that. It's 1 second, just hold on. I think got the poll. 1 second, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming to the point. First thing is I wanted to share that I'm going to a non-fictional area. I read this book called The Canterville Ghost by Oscar Wilde. And that's one of my favorite. Sorry, come again?
I said that's a beautiful one of my favorites also.
That's one of the funny horror comedy kind of a thing which I had experience with the book, and it is one of the most positive or sanguine reminiscence I have back then, and that's given me a good. It's taught me that you have to take life more simpler, but I don't want to relate to life particularly. It is something which is a very unique tale where, in a world where people are scared of ghosts or where people are portrayed that horror is something which is very terrifying, this was something which was it was very funny and very childlike, but it gave a good laugh at the end of the day. And I think that is something which will be take away from my very end, which I would like to add to the TMOD or TMOD, that is Prasang Mani, that my book is. I wanted to add that element in particular for that Canterville Ghost. That is one thing. And the second thing, today's meeting, I really enjoyed because I really see the encouragement over here. And this has given me a good reminiscence because After college getting over and COVID, things of course changed. And I lost the touch of what Bangalore feels like. And today, after coming back to and attending the Bangalore Toastmasters Club, let it be even online, I really see different cultures just mixing into one. And I'm finding a different feeling that's reminding me of college and reminding me of all the good experiences that I have shared back then. And it's a good journey I have had at this Toastmasters meeting club. And only I think one recommendation particularly I would have for the meeting, and this particularly goes for role takers, only one small recommendation, because as the meeting was great, I enjoyed the meeting thoroughly. The only thing is when you're addressing somebody, because as per our guidance, as what we are told, whenever you're calling somebody on stage, you call them as Toastmasters. You don't call them as like examples like TM Jaspreet or TM Prasang Mani. You don't call them. You call it Toastmaster Prasang Mani. Maybe that small element can be added along. And it's not like a DTM John Bosco, no, John Bosco Abraham. It's distinguished Toastmaster John Bosco. Only that small touches, only the small element. That's it. Apart from that, I enjoyed the meeting online. Despite it didn't feel much online, it felt more engaging that way. It felt like it's a hybrid offline kind of a combination. And this is giving me a good reminiscence in college, and it's a good journey. And thank you. I would like to thank Toastmaster Nancy, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, and of course, presiding officer and the team for having me over. It was a good experience today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this, Rahul. And yes, small is big. That is why we say that. So these small things, actually, we keep on saying this, but then yes, when it is pointed out, that is a good recall factor and for everybody to remember that yes, then when you're talking about communication and right communication, so it has to be the elaborated form. So I would just want to call upon Dev Kambli. Dev, you joined a bit late. I welcomed you in absentia. So one meeting, Dev joined us as a guest, and then just after the meeting, Dev had come on board and he was a family member of Gabbys. So Dev, now I think it's been 2-3 meetings. Any feedback?
No, this is my second meeting actually.
As a second meeting. So that was also Thursday. So
Yeah,
any
yeah.
feedback today?
Yeah, so I think I love the starting the way we started with how do we refer Toastmaster John, right? That's how we
Distinguished Toastmaster.
distinguished
That's what- I am
Toastmaster
a
John. I think
Toastmaster.
thank you so much. So I think we should get him more because especially for me, the pathways and everything is new words. I'm a newbie. I'm trying to understand that. So I think we got it at the very right opportune time. His presence here. So one is I think that was a brilliant session in the start. His information is like an old wine, right? It just was flowing through. So I think that was nice. The full structure was good. I really loved Mr. Soni's presentation skills. It was par excellence is what I would say. So I think on the whole, the way the structure, the flow, it was very, very engaging. Honestly, I thought that it's important to be in person and only then it will make sense. I was 15 years in Bangalore, now in Mumbai, but I think I really can, it's the flow, the session, the information flow, I think it's just immaculate. Very, very well done, actually. And thanks, Jaspreet. This is really feels like family now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dev. And yes, I actually resonate with him when he says that we should have distinguished Toastmaster John over here coming over very frequently. It is required. It's absolutely required. So we are looking forward to another session. Toastmaster Priya, you want to say something or is it a thumbs up? Thumbs up. Okay, fine. This is a thumbs up. All right. Now, what Rahul said, just, adding on a bit more to that. So we have this habit at Gabbys. We practice one thing, which is after every meeting, we have the woes and the vows of the meeting. So whatever, we saw during the meeting happening, something that could have been better and something that was very good. So we do talk about that so that the next meeting turns out to be better. Now, one thing is the cameras need to be on more often and more in number. So that is one thing which is really very important. And especially when the educational speaker himself said it should have been switched on immediately. But then that is one thing that needs to be, we understand that 2 hours at a stretch may be difficult, but some point of time in between. So that is some kind of motivation we are giving, a kind of trust we are giving, confidence we are giving to any speaker whoever is there. That's one thing. And the Toastmaster of the Day section could have been a little bit more energetic. We can add more activities. So towards the end, it was energetic, but maybe, and we understand you are a new Toastmaster, But then, yes, do connect and we can make it more enriching for everybody. One thing which is, I think, for us to take care of, what I realized was that in a meeting like today's meeting, the table topic section happened. And right after that, we called the table topic evaluator who had to do evaluation for, I think, 5 to 6 or 7 people. So I was wondering, how will she manage? There was hardly any time. It ended and she had to start speaking. We didn't give her any time. So I think, Yogita, that is for us to take care of. Something has to be done towards that thing. And because it can be a little bit more elaborate had we given her some time. So that is one thing we can talk about later on. Now, the wow factor of the meeting is Toastmaster Sudhir. Is he there? Yes, he's there. So Toastmaster Sudhir pitching in as the Sergeant at Arms, because our Sergeant at Arms, the one who's there with us on Thursdays, Toastmaster Sunil, he's facing some medical emergency in his family. His mother is hospitalized. So Toastmaster Sudhir was there and he's there till now with us all through. So thank you, Sudhir, for that. That is the team spirit we talk about over here. And the table topic section was really very engaging. Thank you for that, Toastmaster Priya. What more do I say? It was thoroughly engaging. The topics were good. And the personal touch that you had, that was amazing. And again, the best thing, our educational speaker, he was there with us all through with his camera on all through. And today I felt as if, somebody is there who's observing the the nuances of the meeting, and he's there to fine tune us. It was really very enriching, sir. And that is why I'm saying that we would like to have you more and more over here. And thank you, Toastmaster Yogita, for bringing him. And now it feels that, you are part of this family. So we would want to have you more and more. And I, as a person, would really want to connect with you, because I think you are a wealth. You're a treasure trove. I want to dig deep. There's a lot that I can get from you. So I can't say anything more than this, because I think everybody, the way everybody was listening, the way everybody was talking about the session, so I think everybody would resonate with me what I'm saying. And now the results are also there, I guess. Okay. Now the best table topic speaker. Do we even need to guess this? Toastmaster Rahul Soni. This is your first visit to Gabbys, Rahul?
Actually, last Tuesday, I came late.
Okay.
And because I was outside, and today I spoke to Nancy ma'am regarding the thing, and she told no problem, join on Thursday. And this is, I don't know whether should I call first or second, but today I attended the full meeting, that much I can say.
So
Yeah,
today
that's
you
the thing.
came on time, so this is the reward we are giving you for that. So congratulations for being the best table speaker. Now, the best.
Thank you.
Most, and would love to have you in the next meeting as well. Now, the best role taker, again, no surprises in store over here, Toastmaster Priya. But then one thing that I've been told over here is that Priya won by just one vote. And what is it? Okay, both the TMOD and the TTE, the table topic evaluator, and the Toastmaster of the day got just one vote here or there. So that means everybody was at par. So that's great. Now, who's left? Auxiliary role player. Now, in auxiliary role player, in today's meeting, Thursday's meeting, we just have the timer. But yes, the timer is the single warrior who keeps everybody in time, in place. So yes, acknowledging the efforts. Thank you, Toastmaster Sravan, for being there and managing things till the very end. Thank you very much for that. Yes, sir, we will want you to return every now and then. So thank you, sir. Distinguished Toastmaster John, thank you very much. That was for that. We'll want you to be here every now and then. And
I will come.
Yes. So on this note, I would say greetings of the day, everybody, because again, we have people from different parts of the world here. So greetings of the day until we meet the next time. Have a great time, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you,
Lovely
thank you.
session.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
Good
much.
night.
Thank you, everybody.